May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it is National Creative Beginnings Month. And I'm going to make a brief presentation about the essential role of art in mental health, which is a supplement to my May newsletter on LinkedIn, The Biomedical Artist. In this newsletter, I would like to highlight the important role of art in its many forms in mental health. Art is a powerful tool for expression of emotions and for regulation of emotions and for connection with people, and through this it contributes to mental health and also through other means. And it is a powerful tool for expression of emotions, and there historically has been a link between art, creativity, mental health, and mental illness. For example, some individuals, myself included, may not have a very easy time regulating their emotions. For example, when I have anxiety, I breathe very rapidly and I can't calm myself just by trying to breathe slower or by rationalizing that I should not be afraid and everything will be fine. And in such moments, if I start dancing or if I paint a picture, I take my mind and attention away from something that is bothering me and I calm myself. Other groups, for example, such as youth, may have a difficult time regulating their emotions, especially teenagers, and so art may be very helpful in this group of children and teenagers, which are also more prone to mental illness, as sources from Harvard University and the American Psychological Association indicate. And according to some statistics from the American Psychological Association from 2023, there have been more incidences of mental health problems in children and in youth due to many factors. The stress from the COVID pandemic also contributes, and there has been more depression and anxiety. And so art would be a very powerful tool to use in schools, at home, and in hospitals in order to promote the mental health. And so, to illustrate the important role of art in mental health, I would like to start with a quote from the author John Green. "There is hope even when your brain tells you there isn't." And so, hope is that soft voice of the heart. Sometimes you may have mental illness and you may be stressed, you may not see things clearly. In art, by regulation of emotion and moods, gives hope. And in situations when the brain may not be interpreting events in a rational way for the best of the individual. If you listen to that still voice of the heart and you create art from the heart, you will be able to manage better troubling emotions. And there are examples how the heart regulates emotions from humans, and there is even a study in mice which shows that the heart can regulate emotions. And perhaps this is why artists, notable artists, say that when they create from the heart, everything works. They create beautiful masterpieces, perhaps because they connect better to their emotions. And when they connect to the brain, or when they create from the brain, their art is not so successful, maybe because they cannot connect well to their emotions. It sounds a little bit strange and counterintuitive that for Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm highlighting the role of the heart in regulation of emotions in mental health. But this just shows that there is a mind-body connection, and that for mental health, the entire body, including the heart, is important and contributes and has to be healthy. And because art is a powerful tool for regulation of emotions, I looked more into the definition of emotions. And it is interesting that still emotions are not well defined, and that the word emotion dates back from 1579, when it was adapted from the French word émouvoir, which means to stir up. And the term was introduced to signify such terms as passion, sentiments, and affections. And actually the term emotions was coined in the early 1800s, and before that no one felt emotions. There were such things as passions, accidents of the soul, moral sentiments, and they were explained differently from how we understand emotions today. But the heart is important for passions, sentiments, and affections. So even if we look at the definition of the word emotions, we see that the heart is involved. So this may be a little bit strange, but for Mental Health Month, art is very important because it lets you recognize, regulate, and express your emotions, which are actually also controlled by the heart. And now to say briefly that different forms of art are very valuable for mental health: painting, dancing, ballet, literature, poetry, music, composing music, singing, opera. I will focus on 3 forms of art, just a little bit more, just because I practice them more, and I like to talk about something that I personally have experience in, and if I want to recommend them, I have experience in them. One form of art is ballet. I have already highlighted the enormous benefits of dancing ballet for mental health and for physical health, both in adults and in children. It reduces anxiety, lets you regulate your emotions, it improves cognition, mood. It's a form of meditation. And during Mental Health Month, I started creating my ballets, the butterflies, and every day I dance a ballet with a different color butterfly. I started with yellow, orange, green, red, blue, purple, white, red, and this is an abstract ballet where I select the music. I have been choosing the different piano sonatas of Beethoven because my dad loves Beethoven and he taught me to like this composer who of course many people love. And by dancing this abstract ballet, it is a powerful tool to integrate the mind and the body and to express your emotions, sometimes which are difficult to articulate. To learn more about the spiritual meaning of the butterflies, which are transformation, spirituality, beauty, love, hope, confidence, passion, and by dancing the different butterflies, I realized that they're just like the people. Each one is unique, has common characteristics and unique characteristics that are beautiful. Another art form that is excellent for mental health is painting. I love watercolor painting. And I want to give an example of some educational instructions from the Getty Museum, how art can be used to help kids recognize and express their emotions. For example, kids may look at paintings and see how the painter has expressed the idea that everybody needs somebody, or how the painter has expressed the idea everybody cares for somebody. And then for the children to make a painting on their own and try to express these ideas. And I think this is a wonderful way to teach children to recognize and manage their own emotions and the emotions of others. And for example, I want to show some of my paintings. For example, this watercolor painting could be everyone cares for somebody and everyone needs somebody. This is a loving couple looking into each other's eyes and they're enjoying the beautiful moment by the ocean. Another painting is this one, which could be everyone cares about somebody, how the dad, this is a painting of my dad and me, and mom is in the distance, cares about me and is playing with me, and how the child needs the parent. In another painting of everybody cares about somebody, it's perfect for Mother's Day, is here a painting of my mom, my brother Dochi, and myself fishing on the Potomac River. And here the mom cares about the children, and the children need their mom, and the mom needs the children. And this is another painting that I have started, but it is just a sketch and it's not seen very well. This is a couple on a picnic. I just drew the outlines there with a puppy, and so I will paint it over the weekend. And another art form that is excellent for regulation of emotions, for managing of difficult emotions, for happiness, for sadness, is music. Both listening to music and creating your own music. And so in summary, I hope that in this brief presentation I have raised some interesting points on how art is very valuable for mental health, and some examples of how to use art in your everyday life. Thank you so much for your attention. Be well.